Thought I'd make a quick video on how to clean out the threads on a 1.8T injector manifold. This is generally something you want to do if you're fitting billet injector cups. These are from AKS Tuning. I'll put a link in the description. In particular, I'm doing this because I run a AUM in my bora. So it has the traditional left-hand throttle body. I want to run the right-hand one, so I can change all the charge pipe, change the routing in the engine bay. In particular, I'll put a photo on screen right now of the threads before I clean them. They were very rough. I'll just put that in now. And so to clean them out, I use a couple of things. First off, here's the pick. These were a set 4 from US Pro. Set 4 comes with all sorts. So yeah, I just used one of these to take off the main bulk of the previous sealant. To do so, you have to be very careful because I think these picks are harder than the actual manifold, so it will ruin the threads if you're not extremely careful. Doing so, I was pushing top down in a motion where you pick away at it like that. There's even a little bit left there. This is how I'll do it. Run round on the inside of the threads there. I would only go round like that, just following the thread down like that. I would not dig in, I wouldn't push down, I'll just follow the thread, following the mating surface, I guess you'd say. All the way down, I'll do quarter, rotate, quarter, so on, so on. Once I've done that, I use a Dremel. This is just a Amazon Dremel. So after I cleaned the threads, I use a Dremel. This is an Amazon Dremel. I bought all these Y wheel brushes on eBay. I'm not going to put a link in, they're so generic and cheap, there's no point. But essentially, you want to use the flat disc in the Dremel. I used it at a high speed just to ensure it was rotating quick enough to make sure it wouldn't drag and slow down when going through these threads. What you might find is the brushes will destroy themselves. As soon as I started seeing bits flying off, I changed it immediately. I would recommend goggles because I don't want to become blind. But yeah, that is generally how I cleaned them. After all that, there will be some black residue, I suppose. You can clean that out with some brake cleaner. And then, just to finish off, I chased all the threads with the billet cup, rotating it left first, just so it starts on the thread. You'll hear it drop in. I know it sounds so basic, but some people will just send it and then cross thread them. Once it's dropped into the thread, you'll hear it, it'll click in. There. You can just run it down, and if you clean them properly, you don't even need a ratchet, you know what I mean? It'll run all the way down by hand. And obviously I did all that to all four just to make sure they were all clean. And then to refit, you're supposed to use a thread sealant, not a thread lock, a thread sealant, because you don't want any vacuum leaks, because that's how you get your car to run rough. Almost forgot, this is the final result. If you've done it right and they were prepped correctly, it should sit absolutely flush. Use the 545 thread sealant. I think this is what was recommended by AKS Tuning, the supplier of these injector cups. But yeah, nice and flush, absolutely no issues. Put them in all the way down by hand and then just nipped it up with ratchets. And yeah, oh great. And I know for a fact they're not going to leak, which is brilliant. They're going to outlive the car, which is kind of overkill, but for the price difference, it's a no-brainer. So yeah, hopefully you enjoyed or found it at least educational in some way. Cheers.